South Carolina's first Senate debate, Saturday at 8 on News 12.
You want local news that impacts you?
We've got you covered.
We're on your side.
News 12, on your side. Breaking news.
Breaking news, two separate deadly crashes on I-20 just miles apart from one another. Now 3 people are dead, including 2 deputies from Georgia.
Both these crashes happened in Columbia County. The first one happening near the Grovetown and Horizon South Parkway exit on I-20 right around 11:30. The 2 deputies were from Fulton County. The Georgia State Patrol crash report says those deputies ran into the back of a tractor trailer that was stopped there for traffic.
The second crash happened between exits 180 and 179. That's between Thompson and the Athling exit. Georgia State Patrol says that crash involved 9 vehicles in all, with 1 confirmed death.
News 12's Will Rio is live for us at that second crash site near Thompson. And Will, how are things looking out there right now?
Well, Richard, about an hour ago, we told you about the tow trucks that were on the side of the road, and they have actually started moving in now to try to clear the scene here and get traffic flowing on I-20 eastbound near mile marker 180. And they actually did bring a Bobcat in to try to get rid of some of that debris. And we'll take a closer look here at some of the images we got earlier and some of the video. And now, this was one of the trucks, or one of the 9 vehicles involved in the crash. It was a deadly crash that killed 1 person, and the tanker truck is absolutely torn to pieces here. And we haven't confirmed the identity of the person who caused the crash or the person who was killed today. And there are 3 different agencies working in the accident currently. We still have Georgia Department of Public Safety, the Georgia State Patrol, and the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. But as you can see, that the traffic was built up on the westbound side earlier today, but now it's starting to move more smoothly here as we started turnaround traffic on the eastbound side. But the Georgia Department of Transportation did tell me that they will continue to turn around that traffic until they can clear the scene here and they can try to get traffic moving carefully. Guys?
It is a very breezy afternoon as we're tracking that cold front moving through the area. And now that our winds have turned out of the northwest, that means that front has finally moved on through. So we're not expecting much in the way of severe weather or flooding flash floods or anything like that. Most of the rain we're going to see this evening and tonight will be very manageable. This front is basically splitting the CSRA but continuing eastward. There's going to be a threat for some storms along the coast this evening. But for us, just expecting this light rain. This is actually starting to fill in the gaps a little bit. So if you have any plans to step out next few hours, I'll definitely anticipate some light rain at least out there. Some moderate rainfall through Screven and Allendale County. That's where we're tracking the heaviest rainfall currently, but still manageable. Nothing all too threatening on the radar this afternoon, but pretty breezy out there. Those winds definitely picked up a good bit for us here across the metro. Now, rain is going to continue this evening up until around midnight tonight, but drying out by tomorrow morning. Take a look at some cooler temperatures the rest of the week in just a little bit.
Riley, thanks very much. We're going to take you back live to the scene of a double shooting that we first started tracking here on the NBC side, first at 4. The Richmond County coroner now confirming at least 1 person has died on the scene. They say another person who was also shot and injured was taken to a local hospital. That victim is expected to be okay.
Deputies and investigators are on the scene of a convenience store on Olive Road. Our crews out there say they saw about a dozen law enforcement vehicles. We are working to get more details, and we'll pass them on as soon as we get them. But again, 1 person dead in this double shooting at a convenience store on Olive Road.
Also happening right now, Richmond County School Board meeting to talk about reopening schools, possibly changing those learning models. The school board meeting just getting underway at the top of the hour.
It comes as the district temporarily shut down multiple schools because of COVID concerns. Our Sydney Heiberger is live downtown at the Board of Education. And Sydney, how did Richmond County get to this point?
Well, Meredith, as of Friday, when Richmond County releases their COVID data, we learned just about 0.4% of face-to-face students tested positive for the virus, but there's about 5% of those face-to-face students quarantining for coming in contact with those positive cases. And it's because of those numbers and a lack of substitute teachers to fill in for teacher absences that 4 Richmond County schools had to temporarily close their doors. We're talking about 3 of them actually still closed to this day: Spirit Creek Middle School, Garrett Elementary, and Glen Hills Elementary. None of the closures impact students who signed up for the Learn from Home option at the beginning of the school year, but the district says when a face-to-face school closes, those students are sent home with information about special face-to-face quarantine instructions. Just as you guys mentioned a little bit earlier, the meeting here, the special called board meeting, just started. They plan to update the school board about all this COVID information and come up with a plan or continue the school year how it's been going. But as soon as we learn more, we're going to break back in and give you some updates.
So many moving parts this school year. Cindy, thanks very much for the update there. Aiken High School postponing another football game with the team under a mandatory 14-day quarantine. This Friday's game against Midland Valley High School is now delayed until October the 30th. Aiken High also rescheduling their game against South Aiken High for a second time. That will now happen in November. What you see here is their updated football schedule for Aiken High School.
After complaints about morale, training, and staffing, a new report is shedding light on issues on the fire department.
Busy day for Richmond County deputies. We're now following a second shooting in Augusta. Deputies say this is separate from the one we told you about, that double shooting at the convenience store.
Yeah, this one happened around 4:30 on Brasswood Drive. Deputies say a 14-year-old was shot in the leg there. He was transported to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Investigators are on the scene, but looking at a map and going through Google Street View, it looks like a neighborhood in South Augusta off the Boykin Road area.
We'll keep an eye on that. Moving forward now, candidates coming together to speak out.
I want to take you back live to I-20 there. This is between the Appling exit and Thompson in Columbia County, where crews are still responding to an accident there.
It is slow going there because this involved 9 vehicles. We're told one person died. The coroner has been on the scene over the last hour, but we saw several vehicles earlier, including several 18-wheelers and a dump truck involved in this. And there's another piece of wreckage off the side of the road. But this I-20 eastbound, this stretch of it is shut down right now after a 9-car accident. We're going to keep an eye on it and let you know just as soon as they're able to reopen that stretch of highway. Checking one of our other cameras from just not too far away, you can see I-20 is flowing there at Grovetown slowly, but it's really heavy on these off-roads as Riley, as people try to get around this wreck. Some of these secondary roads are going to be very, very busy this afternoon.
Definitely so, Richard, and be safe on the roadways out there through this afternoon and evening because we are expecting rain to be moving through. Not all too heavy, but still, anytime there's rain around, definitely be safe out on the roadways. Now, we've seen the cold front move through, and it is dropping off our temperatures. Compared to this time yesterday, temperatures are about 10 to 20 degrees cooler out there, so you definitely are going to notice a big difference if you step out this evening compared to what it felt like this morning. Most of us are in the 60s around the metro, and that's generally the case across most of the region. A few spots still hanging into the 70s, but in general, everybody cooling off into the 50s as we head into the overnight. We're starting to see our rain increase in coverage, so this cold front started to fill in the gaps here wherever it is currently dry. Likely going to be seeing rain move through the next several hours. This isn't all too heavy and sprinkled kind of at the most for most locations, so we're not expecting really heavy rain through this evening, but nuisance showers will be moving through and going to be light and fairly steady most of tonight. Now, by midnight, most of that rain is now east of us, and we're going to start to clear those skies towards early Wednesday morning. And Wednesday morning, we're expecting to wake up in the mid-50s, so a big difference out there by tomorrow. Definitely going to notice a little bit more of a chill in the air. By tomorrow afternoon, we're expecting beautiful conditions, mid to upper 70s for highs, and skies should look generally like this, mostly sunny out there, minus just a few little clouds. Thursday, we're expecting a little bump up in our temperatures. We're expecting those highs to be closer to average, but this is going to be thanks to just being up ahead of a cold front that moves through Thursday night, and that's going to reinforce that cool air Friday and into the weekend as well. Not much rain in the forecast past this evening, so I definitely bump those sprinklers back on for the next several days. Just a lot of sunshine, very dry air in place as well, so that can help evaporate a lot of that water. So I definitely cut those sprinklers on. Any plans up at the lake this weekend? That looks fantastic as well. Temperatures generally mid to low 70s both afternoons. Mostly sunny for your Saturday, but by Sunday, maybe a few more clouds out and about, but generally dry. Looking beautiful. Any lake plans out there later this week. And heading into next week, not look like we're going to see a big warm-up anytime soon. Temps remain below average Monday and Tuesday.
Thanks, Riley. One Georgia City getting really creative to remind us all to avoid the spread of COVID-19. Tybee Island city manager equipping his truck with a big mask right across the front. He says it's part of the city's Mask Up initiative, which you can see on decals on the city cars as well. But the city says they're reminding people to be safe while making the best of this situation.
Come into the city, so we get a lot of new people every week. So we got to have those constant reminders out there. So that's something that's a little different about Tybee is, our population it comes and goes.
He's right about that, and Tybee's planning to mask up other city cars as well, just to help spread this message.
Looks pretty good, though. It is no doubt this year is unlike any other. Coming up, how big name stores are rolling with the punches to make sure you can still celebrate the holidays in style.
I'm Robin.
North Augusta, now open Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 6.
'Tis the season to be shopping, or at least that's what retailers are hoping. Slick ad campaigns with deep discounts are rolling out, hoping that you will kick-start some buying after a pretty weak summer.
But it's expected to be a holiday season with a lot of changes, obviously, as well. Dan Shinneman has that for us.
Halloween is still weeks away, but lurking in the corner are retailers ready to push out holiday sales earlier than ever.
We know that holiday shopping is going to look a lot different this year.
Stores usually roll out enticing pricing in November, but are desperate to kickstart the season and get people out buying early, in-store or online.
We expect e-commerce to be up 25 to 35% year over year, which is an incredible increase.
Deloitte says 75% of consumers plan on shopping exclusively online this season, with a whopping 90% saying they will avoid traditional in-store doorbusters this year.
A lot of it is about convenience, a lot of it is about safety.
Regardless of where they are shopping, people will be spending. Retail Me Not Sarah Skirball says families are planning on dishing out almost $550 this year.
66% of parents and families are planning on spending about the same amount of money as last year.
Because of the pandemic, the gifting of experiences will turn to more tangible items.
Things that people and families and kids and parents can do at home.
And buyers be warned, most big retailers are closing their doors on Thanksgiving.
Do a little research online before you plan on going out on Thanksgiving and even those super early mornings for Black Friday. It just might not exist.
Experts say if you are shopping online, do it early. The extra demand may increase shipping times. Dan Shenneman, NBC News.
Those deliveries happen year-round these days, don't they? Major retailers like Walmart and Amazon are ready to hire tens of thousands of seasonal workers to meet that expected wave of online shoppers.
Get ready for some rain if you're heading out this evening. This is going to continue up until around midnight tonight. We'll have another look at a drier forecast coming up. Howdy, guys. All right, we are tracking some rainfall out there, and this is going to continue through this evening and tonight. So if you have any plans to step out this evening, I'd definitely prepare for some wet weather out there. Now, luckily, this is a cold front, so as soon as the cold front moves through for us, we're expecting drier weather for pretty much the next 5 to 7 days. So if you need the rain, take advantage of it today. This is going to continue up until around midnight. After that, looking drier and very pleasant temperatures in the long-term outlook.